Hello, family. Hello, cherished members and loyal subscribers of the Voice of Africa. It's truly a privilege to share this space with you week after week as we explore the stories that define our continent. Stories of struggle, yes, but increasingly, stories of incredible resilience, innovation, and homegrown solutions. Today we bring you news from Burkina Faso that isn't just a headline. It's the sound of seeds breaking ground, the quiet strength of young hands gripping tools instead of weapons, and a nation fiercely determined to cultivate its own future. This story resonates deeply with our mission here at Voice of Africa, to amplify the narratives of progress, self-determination, and the unwavering spirit of our people. So, settle in, because this is a story worth every minute. Imagine the scene, Saturday, June 14th, 2025. The air at the National Training Center for Volunteers for the Defense of the Homeland, VDP, in Ouédraogo, hums not just with the Sahelian heat, but with an electric sense of accomplishment and anticipation. After 3 long, demanding months, 90 days of sweat soaking into fertile soil under the Burkina Faso sun, followed by 3 weeks of intense patriotic immersion, 2,000 young men and women stand tall. They are the pioneers, the very first cohort of the Presidential Initiative for Agricultural Production and Food Self-Sufficiency, the IPP3A. They aren't just graduating, they are being deployed as frontline soldiers in Burkina Faso's most critical battle, the fight for food sovereignty and national security through the power of the plow. Think about that for a moment. In a region often defined by headlines of instability, here is a nation investing profoundly in its youth, not for conflict, but for cultivation. These 2,000 young agricultural VDPs, drawn from communities across the land, have been rigorously equipped. They've traded potential uncertainty for knowledge, exchanged idle hands for skilled ones, and replaced despair with a profound sense of patriotic purpose. Their training wasn't merely about planting seeds or raising livestock. It was a forging process, blending modern agricultural techniques with an unshakable commitment to their homeland. They stand before their nation now, armed not with rifles but with hoes, knowledge, and an unyielding dedication. Their mission? To literally plow the path towards national self-sufficiency and resilience. This, family, is nation-building in its most tangible, most vital form. The ceremony marking the end of their intensive journey wasn't just a formality. It was a powerful testament to the civic spirit the program instills. This wasn't about grand speeches alone, though there were those. It was embodied in action. In a profoundly moving display of solidarity, these young volunteers rolled up their sleeves, literally, to donate blood. This life-giving act served a dual purpose, supporting the sick in hospitals and bolstering the nation's fighting forces. Can we grasp the symbolism? Young people committed to nurturing life through the soil and through their veins, directly contributing to the health and defense of their nation. It was a silent, powerful declaration. We are here for Burkina Faso, in body and spirit. But their commitment stretched beyond the immediate needs of people. Understanding that true security and sustainable agriculture are inextricably linked to the environment, they embarked on another vital task, planting trees. Not just a few saplings, mind you, but over 3,000 trees took root that day. Each tree planted is a covenant with the future, a shield against desertification, a promise of better microclimates for crops, a long-term investment in the ecological foundation upon which agricultural growth and national resilience must be built. It's a physical manifestation of thinking beyond the next harvest, towards generations yet unborn. This act alone speaks volumes about the program's holistic vision. The day, as demanding and meaningful as it was, also recognized the human spirit's need for connection and joy. It concluded with sports and recreational activities. Laughter echoed across the training grounds, friendly competition sparked camaraderie, and the bonds forged during months of shared struggle and purpose were strengthened. This wasn't frivolous, it was essential. It solidified the connections not just among the young VDPs themselves, but also between them and the dedicated staff of the National Bureau for Major Projects of Burkina, BNGPB, who have shepherded this ambitious initiative. These bonds form the bedrock of the support network these young pioneers will need as they return to their communities. This group of 2,000 is just the beginning, the vanguard. They represent the first wave in a much larger ambition to train and deploy 8,000 young agricultural VDPs across Burkina Faso. Their graduation marks not an end, but a crucial deployment. They are now ready to return to their respective communes. 80 communes are represented in this first cohort alone. Imagine the ripple effect. Imagine 2,000 agents of change dispersed across the nation, returning not as they left, but as catalysts for transformation. Their task is monumental: to turn knowledge into abundant harvests, to create opportunities where scarcity once reigned, and to be living examples of a new agricultural dawn. Inoussa Ouédraogo, the technical coordinator of the IPP3A, captured the essence of their mission with stirring clarity during the ceremony. Listen to his words, family, for they resonate far beyond Burkina Faso. These young people are not just farmers, they are agents of change, endowed with modern farming practices and a deep sense of patriotism. They will cultivate the land, create jobs, and contribute directly to our nation's food independence, a vital step towards our collective security. Let that sink in. Food independence framed as a vital step towards collective security. This reframes the entire concept of national defense. It acknowledges that a nation cannot be truly secure if its people are hungry, dependent on external aid, or vulnerable to the fluctuations of global markets. True security begins with a full stomach and the dignity of self-reliance. These young VDPs are the vanguard of that security. The path that brought them to this point was deliberately rigorous and multifaceted. It began with an intensive 3-month immersion in practical agriculture from March to May 2025. This wasn't theoretical classroom learning divorced from reality. This was hands in the earth, sun on the back, understanding the soil and the seed kind of learning. They mastered modern techniques, efficient water use, soil conservation, improved seed varieties, pest management, skills designed to boost yields and sustainability in Burkina Faso's challenging environment. But the IPP3A understood that technical skill alone is not enough. Hence, it was followed by 3 weeks of civic and patriotic immersion. This crucial phase aimed to deepen their understanding of their role not just as farmers, but as citizens actively defending and building their nation through the fundamental act of feeding it. Commander Zida Ousséni of the National VDP Training Center eloquently articulated this dual purpose. Our mission here is to train not only skilled farmers, but also dedicated citizens who understand their role in defending our homeland through food production. They embody the spirit of resilience and self-reliance that defines Burkina Faso. There it is again, defending the homeland through food production. This is a powerful narrative shift. It places the farmer, the food producer, on the same level of national importance as the soldier guarding the border. It recognizes that economic security, food security, and national security are threads woven together in the fabric of a resilient nation. These young people are being sent forth as embodiments of that Burkinabe spirit. Tough, resourceful, determined to rely on themselves and their own land. The IPP3A is far more than just a training program. It's a cornerstone of Burkina Faso's national strategy. Its ambition is nothing short of transforming the nation's agricultural landscape. The model is innovative. Identify motivated young volunteers, the agricultural VDPs, directly from the communes. They understand their local contexts, their local challenges. Equip them comprehensively, not just with farming skills, but with a sense of mission and modern entrepreneurial thinking. Then, crucially, provide the structure for success. These first-wave graduates won't be scattered individuals struggling alone. They will be organized into cooperatives on specifically identified sites. This collective approach fosters knowledge sharing, resource pooling, and greater bargaining power. Even more critically, the program addresses the perennial fear of farmers everywhere. Will I be able to sell my crop? The IPP3A includes guaranteed outlets for their production. This market assurance is vital. It removes a massive layer of risk and allows these young farmers to focus fully on production, innovation, and growth. It's a holistic approach, training, organization, and market access, designed for tangible impact. So, what does this mean? Not just for Burkina Faso, but for Africa. It means recognizing that food sovereignty is non-negotiable. It is the bedrock upon which true independence and stability are built. A nation that cannot feed itself is perpetually vulnerable. The IPP3A is a bold declaration that Burkina Faso intends to master its own food destiny. It's an investment in the most valuable resource any nation possesses, its youth. Instead of seeing them as a challenge or a burden, it empowers them as the solution, providing them with dignified, meaningful work that builds their nation from the ground up. It harnesses patriotism not for destruction, but for creation. It links environmental stewardship directly to agricultural prosperity and national well-being. And it does all this through a model that is community-based, scalable, and focused on practical results. This story, family, is why Voice of Africa exists. It's the counter-narrative. It's the powerful testament to African agency, African solutions, and the unwavering spirit that persists despite immense challenges. It's about young Africans taking charge of their future, literally shaping it with their hands. To our members and subscribers, your support allows us to find these stories, to amplify them, to ensure that the world sees the Africa that we know, not just a continent facing difficulties, but a continent teeming with innovation, courage, and an unbreakable will to thrive. You allow us to be the megaphone for initiatives like the IPP3A, hoping they inspire similar movements across our beloved continent. We see you investing in this channel, and we see the young people of Burkina Faso investing in their nation's future. There's a beautiful symmetry in that. As these 2,000 young agricultural VDPs disperse to their communes across Burkina Faso, they carry with them more than just tools and training manuals. They carry the hopes of their families, the aspirations of their communities, and the heavy yet honorable responsibility of feeding a nation striving for self-reliance. They are planting seeds that will grow into food, into jobs, into stability, and ultimately into a more secure future. They are demonstrating that the path to true security isn't always paved with bullets. Sometimes it's tilled with hoes, watered with sweat, and nurtured by an unshakable belief in one's own land and people. They are cultivating security, row by row, hectare by hectare. This is the Voice of Africa, signing off for now. We thank you, our incredible community, for listening, for engaging, for believing in the power of our shared stories. Let's continue to celebrate the resilience, the innovation, and the unwavering spirit that defines us. Share this story. Let the world know about the young farmers of Burkina Faso who are plowing the path to peace and prosperity. Until next time, stay strong, stay informed, and keep believing in Africa. Peace.